What is a primary source? Assignments often ask you to include primary sources as part of your research, but what qualifies as a primary source? Primary sources require you, the researcher, to think critically about what materials are and what they mean. Unlike a secondary source, which presents a thesis or argument, the primary source should be treated like evidence and analyzed thoroughly by the researcher. Don't take this evidence at face value. It's your job to dig deeper. Primary sources can include letters, photographs, email, film, audio recordings, research data, websites, and many other formats. Secondary sources are often published materials like textbooks, biographies, or documentaries. These categories are not firm. How you use a source determines whether it's primary or secondary, not the format. If you treat something as evidence, you're treating it as a primary source. If you're referencing a trusted analysis of evidence, that's a secondary source. To use a primary source, interrogate the material like a journalist or a detective might. Ask yourself the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why. When was the item created, and by whom? What does that context mean for the item's validity? Then add another W: wonder. With primary sources, always wonder what you don't know. Perhaps people are named in the documents, and you don't know who they are. Maybe the documents make you wonder how an advertised event turned out, or who attended. Use these wonder questions to identify further primary sources you can examine. Remember, every primary source comes from only one perspective. In order to create your own understanding, you'll have to consult multiple primary sources and compare them to each other.